guys, and welcome back to another episode of Rebuilding Wimbledon. If we could get 400 likes on the video, that'd be bloody amazing. Anyway, this month has been a great one. It's finally sort of, something just seems to have, I've not even clicked, I wouldn't even say that, but I do feel like there's some progress being made now, and it is a joy to behold. It really, really is. So enjoy the highlights of the games we played this month, and I'll join you guys in a sec for the game against Köln and our second leg in the Europa League. This is going to be a good one. Over the top for Kano, who's made a run beyond. That's nice to see. Kirk, can he spin and get the shot away? He does! Oh, great goal from Adam Kirk. Wimbledon 1, Everton 0. Adam Kirk finally finds himself a little bit of form, and we need him to be good for the next couple of matches. All the way across, and Everton have equalised. Disappointing stuff. Matthias Acksteiner with the equaliser for Everton. They've come back into it a little bit, but we've missed some good chances. He's going to go for the shot, we can already tell. Back, oh! What a ball, picks out Kirk at the back post, makes the run in, and it's 2-1 to Wimbledon. Adam Kirk with a brace today. This is what we needed against Spurs from him. Busting it out to get into the box now. Comes across, Farmers with, wow, 3-1 Wimbledon. Sam Farmer with the goal, and we've changed one little thing at half time, and it's made a huge difference. 3-1. Oh, for the love of God, this time it goes in again. Everton have come really back into it, and I don't know what to do. There we go, a 3-2 win. Everton threw it at us towards the end of that game. It was ridiculous. I didn't know what on earth they'd changed, but we could not stop them. Thank God we got the win in the end. Kirk into the channel. Can Kirk get through? He can find the net as well. Sunderland 0, Wimbledon 1 after just a minute. Adam Kirk has 3-2 now and is actually stepping up when we need him. Everton. Can Kirk get on the end of this though? He can't, but Baltam can, and it's 2-0 to Wimbledon. Imran Baltam with the goal. On off the bench to replace the injured Kano, and we have a 2-goal lead now. Well, after a thoroughly dull second half, we do get away with the 2-0 victory. A good win away from home and a clean sheet. Can't really complain. There we go. Cross, Nagasawa oh, on the third attempt at goal. Kazuki Nagasawa makes it Köln 0, Köln 1, Wimbledon 0. Nice football, goes back for Masek, inside for Baltam. Oh, he scored, and it is Köln 1, Wimbledon 1. Imran Baltam gets Wimbledon a vital away goal here in Germany. Massive goal. Cut out by Fabio. Fabio's gone round. Can he finally finish this one off? He does! We've turned the game around with 2 instant goals. Fabio's 24th goal of the season. He's finally got one, and we now have the lead in Germany. Wow, 2 goals in as many minutes sees us flip this game on Köln and get the win. That is perfect and gives us a really good chance of progressing to the next round. Right then, guys, we are back, and today's question of the day is this: how many of the FM Steam achievements have you completed? So I actually had a little look before I did this. 47 out of 107 is the current amount. The last one I unlocked was something like Pay Big Spender, which I believe was because of when we signed Isla. It was a big I think it was like breaking your record transfer fee or something like that. But yeah, that's the most recent one that we have broken. So as you can see, we are 9th in the league. Things are looking good on that front. Now, we've won every game this month, and so we could not have done any more than we actually have. And you know, we're 3 points above Southampton in 10th now. We're only a point behind Spurs, 4 points behind United, and it's 7 behind the likes of Stoke, Man City. I feel like the chances of us actually managing to catch the likes of Stoke, Man City and Leicester are pretty slim. However, Leicester maybe will fall away. I don't know. They're actually doing a bloody good job this year. It's quite cool to see that they're actually mimicking, well, not quite as well, the team in real life of Leicester City. So that's kind of cool. But, you know, I still feel that there's a chance of us getting sort of 7th place this year. Yeah, I know it's not as well as we did last year, but sometimes you've got to take us 2 step forward, 1 step back sometimes, and slowly build this to a peak. You know, when we got into the Champions League with Pompey last year, the season after that, we failed to get into the Champions League again the next year. So sometimes it's just going to happen. And I actually think that's a very realistic way of doing it, because I think if a club like Wimbledon was to get into the Champions League, or a club that is in that sort of position that we are, was to get into European football, the next year they probably would struggle. You know, look at when Fulham got into the Europa League and went to the final that year. I think we came 12th in the league that year, despite coming 7th the previous year. I just feel like it's much more realistic this year in a way. But there we go. So yeah, if you do have any ideas for a question of the day, of course, drop those in the comments too with the hashtag QOTD. I bought a green screen. I don't know if you can actually see it. There's a little black bag on my right hand side. It's one of those collapsible ones. Problem is, haven't got around to actually figuring out a way to put it in this room. There's not a lot of space, as you can tell, because of course you can see the bed here, and the problem is, because it overlaps with the desk, I can't put, it's going to be interesting. I'm going to have to move some stuff around, but it won't be just yet that I actually get a chance to use it, but hopefully I will soon be able to use the green screen, which will be cool. I need to sort out some stuff in lighting as well, but I just thought I'd let you guys know that I do have one now, and it's something that I think will make it a little bit better. It means that I'll be able to, you know, take up less of the screen, but whilst also actually probably being slightly bigger. But anyway, there we go. Let's take a little look at the stats of the players, because I don't know if we even did that in the last episode. Top scorer at the moment is Fabio with 24 in 30, and he did score the winner against Köln, so it was his first goal for quite some time, but we need to get him back on form, and I'm hoping that that is going to be the beginning, the catalyst, if you will, for that particular outlay, so to speak. Kirk has got 8, so that's nice. He's got, he's not started that many games, and he has scored 8 goals, to be fair. Assist-wise, Everton has 15, 14 of which... Sorry, he's got 15, yeah. That's our best ever return from a player in assists-wise. Isla has 11 assists, but 10 of those have come in the league, so he's actually done very, very well. Now, you might notice that Kano is out as well, which means that basically Imran Beltam has been playing on that right-hand side of the pitch, and to decent effect, he scored the goal against... who was it? Against Köln. So, hey, Roman Masek over the last 5 matches has been the king, but Carlos is up there as well. Now, I know a lot of people don't rate Carlos that highly, but I still feel like he has a place in this team, personally. Now, one thing I am... What's that? Against... Happy with... I guess that was the Brian Gomez situation. So, yeah, let's get into the game. And... we beat them away from home. We fell behind, but we changed a couple of things and got the best out of them. Now, what we've done is, because Beltam isn't the best player in terms of his crossing ability, I just don't feel like playing him as a winger is a particularly smart plan. Okay, he hasn't got the best finishing either, but that crossing's 10 now. I just wonder, maybe we should try him out as a winger on support today. Just see how he does, but I like the idea of maybe having him cutting inside a little bit more. But anyway, we'll give him a go today at this one. Fabio, I think he can finally start this one. I started Kirk in the last game, I think. Or did I actually? I can't remember. Fabio, Carlos, Everton, Beltam, Masek. Now, do I go with Masek or Ramsalar today? I'm actually tempted to go with Ramsalar because it's the home match. We can always get Masek on this. I love being able to rotate those two and keep them both playing lots of games. Ramsalar's played 20 times this year. Masek's played 16 times. It's nice to have that sort of variation in there. So we're going to get into the game. Why the hell not? Let's just jump straight in and see where we kind of go with this. Now, something that I've used to good effect this month is playing through the middle at times, particularly against Everton. I noticed that we were getting a lot of the ball around the box, but weren't really ever getting in behind them. And it made sense. So we tried it, and we scored the 2 goals to go 3-1 up in that game after that. Everton threw everything at us towards the latter part of that game, and they were very unlucky not to get an equaliser, because they just completely obliterated us for the final stages. Köln have a player called Centurion. I thought it might have been a regen, but it turns out his name is Ricardo Centurion. I believe he used to play for Sao Paulo because of the kit he's wearing in my face pack. That's the only reason I'm going on that one. And yeah, it's one of the best names I've seen. Beltam, there we go. He's picked the ball up nicely. He's got good tackling, remember, Beltam, so he should do a good job at getting back and defending. Fabio, we could use a win, though. If we got the win... if we got ourselves a goal up, I'd say we'd be pretty solid. As long as we don't lose, if all we have to do today to go through to the next round, I don't know who we'd be playing, but we'll find out in a sec, after the game, in theory, if we were to go through. All we have to do is avoid defeat at home to FC Köln, and I feel like we're good enough to do that. Ramsalar, go on, Carlos, this is your chance. Yes! That is what he does, and I feel like having a player in the team that can actually do that type of thing. I don't know if you remember, we had a player, I think it was Van Os, the Wizard of Oz, as I call him, at Portsmouth, who could do that type of thing. He had an incredible long shot, and I think Ola After was a bit like that too, but it gave us an extra dimension to our play, and I feel like Carlos can do that. And if he could just work on his finishing a little bit more, look at that from Ramsalar as well. Glad I put him in, because I just feel like he's got a better range of passing and vision than Masek does. Masek is great for away games and tough matches, but Ramsalar is a Rolls Royce of a player at times, and that's what we kind of want. So we've got the lead, we've got 2 away goals to our name as well. All is looking rosy, but that doesn't mean this can't all disappear within a blink of an eye. Goal! Like that. When Centurion goes through and scores for Köln, Ricardo Centurion. They've got some fantastic names in this Köln team, I have to say. Away goal for Köln, and this could suddenly get a little bit dicey now. It all looks so good to start with. Scherbesberger, back it comes to Centurion. Easy finish for him. Nothing the goalkeeper could do about that. Defenders should have done better, basically. It's one of those things. There's 2 of them on him. One of them needs to put a tackle in. But hey, sometimes it just happens. Sometimes it's just going to be the case. Carlos has completed every pass so far. That's what I like to see from him. He's scored the goal. He's got a couple of key passes to his name. After about half an hour, I'll have a look at where the play is, because I actually tried through the middle thing against Köln in the last game too, and it seemed to work, but I don't know. They're actually playing the same system, surprisingly. Away from home. We've started off okay. How are we doing on this one? Köln. Okay. We're getting a lot of joy down this right, actually. I have to say, it might be better if we just try and go down this right flank. Means Baltam's going to get left out in the cold a little bit, and if I notice that we're just getting so much joy down there, I might move him in as an inside forward anyway. That way he'll get in at the back post in theory. Or I'd like to think he would. Manquillo, ball across, Anton clears. Farmer's getting forward a little bit more lately, which is interesting. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about that. considering he's meant to be our sort of holding player. Ball across, cleared away. But he does provide an extra man in quite important positions sometimes. Carlos, look at the space for Everton. He must score, and he does. Wimbledon are back in front. Back in front? Back in front. Everton's only his 4th goal of the year. He's not been as goal hungry as he was last year. I feel like he got a few more for us last year, but that doesn't matter because he's been incredibly good at the assists. Ramsdale as well. Carlos, lovely. Watch that. Oh, look at that. Class in abundance. A goal and an assist for Carlos today. And that's what I like about him. I feel like he does have that in his game, and I feel like he's a good player, and I think he's good enough for us anyway. Like, I could have put Shane Williams in, but I just don't think he's quite ready to be playing week in, week out. That being said, I think I should rotate him a little bit more in some easier games. Now, you might notice this as we're not having on marking posts at corners. This new tactic I'm trying out, we've only conceded once from it, I think, so far, and doesn't have anyone on the posts. It just seems to, I don't know why it works, it just seems to. And I think the one time we did concede, it was a deflection, so I'm not entirely displeased with it, but we'll have to see. Baltam's not had the best game so far. Whereas Carlos and Everton all down that right hand side are looking delightful. So what we might have a little look at is okay, so Cole are definitely playing it out from the back. They're definitely trying to do that, so we might do that. But also, in addition to that, I'm also going to maybe just move Baltam onto a Raumdeuter, because I feel like if he's not going to get himself much of the ball to do with crosses, he may as well get himself in at the back post occasionally and give us a chance from that sort of area. So we might actually use him in his best position for the rest of the second half and just see whether that improves his performance. If not, we can't do much about it. He's our 3rd choice player in that position. We don't have anyone on the bench to replace him, really. Tobias Agger's injured again, which is sucky. He's just kind of gone from bad to worse with his injury problems, and it's a shame, but what can you do? I'm thinking that maybe Adam Kirk sometime soon would be good, or less Colin Murphy's available, because this is usually where he sort of dominates. This is the thing, it says we should try and put more crosses in. Well, they've got a better cross completion than we do, and we've made more crosses, I suppose, but I don't know, sometimes those stats just don't make sense to me. Fabio, oh, we do have Murphy, man. No, it's going to be Kirky. I'm going to have to go with Kirky. Since we're leading this game as well, I'm actually tempted to get Masek on now to try and just give us a bit more bite in that midfield, because he's a solid performer. You're very unlucky if you get less than a 7 out of Roman Masek. He's that good. And remember, we'd have to concede 2 more goals in... Oh, God. Odebajo. I say that... What?! I don't even understand what happened there. It says he shoved him, but he... Okay. Stendera steps up for Köln, and it's going to be 2-1. It's going to be 2-2. Oh, what is that? I don't even know what happened there. It didn't even look like there was anything going on. It looked like Sam Farmer was the one that took the ball. That's a bit of a pit. Oh, I don't know. Always doing the grobbler wobbly legs there. Stendera steps up for Köln, and it's a shame because we've played well-ish. They've had 2 clear-cut chances, but one of them is the penalty. Should we just sort of... The one thing I noticed that Köln did actually in the last match was they had a habit of knocking long balls over the top, so I just wonder if we just back off a little bit and try and get away with this a 2-2 draw. So what, we won the away leg. Even if we have to draw this home leg because of a penalty, then whatevs, really. Where can we look to improve in this final few minutes of this game? I'm trying to think. Defenders are playing okay. Planic maybe for Anderson, just because Anderson is a better winner of the ball, I think. Planic is more of a John Stones type of defender, I think, whereas Planic is more of the sort of old school... not Planic, Anderson's more the old school. They're going to be coming at us, and I do worry about that. Baltam's not had a good game today, but we can't bring him off because there's just no one to bring him on. No one to bring on in his place. Okay, don't let this highlight be them scoring. Just, if we score, then that's the game done. But if they score, I think that's the game done as well, actually. Masek. Oh, Kirk's in here. Can he get his first touch? Right, he can. He's through. He's missed it. It's a terrible chance. I mean, it's not an easy one to put away because the goalkeeper is right on top of him, but still, you'd expect a striker in a Premier League football team to be doing better than that. And those are the sort of chances that Kirk has failed to put away for us. And that's what's worried me about his game. He just doesn't seem to have that killer instinct at times. He's been okay over the past few matches. Actually has 3 in those 2 matches, but it's those sort of chances that he fails to put away. Baltam, oh my goodness, gets himself in a good position. 3-2 to Wimbledon. He's actually scored in both legs of this match, which is actually impressive for the lad. He's got 5 this year. I'm actually quite impressed considering he's barely played for us that much, but Masek slips it into the channel. Is that another assist from Everton, or is it... No, Masek is the one that actually puts the ball in. Baltam with the first time finish, and it's 3-2 to Wimbledon now. And we are heading through to the second knockout round of the Europa League, and that's nice. That's nice to see. you know, it's going to be a couple of extra games, but I did want to see how far we could go in this first year. It might cost us some league performance. I feel like it will probably, because we can't afford to be resting players for the Europa League at this point, because they're all tough teams. We're either going to be playing Dnipro or Villa in the next round. In fact, let's take a little look when we get to that. Villa have won 2-0 at home, which stands to reason that they probably didn't lose 3-0 in Ukraine. So I'm guessing we're going to get to play against Aston Villa in the Europa League. Yeah, they won. Oh, they lost 2-1. And it's Patrick Roberts and Jay Rodriguez. Interesting. So we're going to get to play against Villa in a two-legged Europa League tie, so that's going to be fun. I'll probably do what I did last time, though, with the old sort of only playing the second leg of it, though, because I think it would just make things easier for us. So, yeah, we're going to do that as the next live con. Why the hell not? Villa at home. We've got Stoke, Swansea, and Bournemouth in the league. All of which, Stoke away is going to be really difficult. I don't think we'll win there, but we need to win against Bournemouth and Swansea. And I think if we can win that, certainly we'll start to creep up the league, but we do have the games against Villa in there as well, so it could get proper dicey. Anyway, guys, if you have enjoyed this episode, please do drop a like on the video. That'd be bloody fantastic. And I'll join you guys in the next episode for the second leg against Aston Villa. That's going to be tough. It'd be great to knock out Villa because they're below us in the league, and I feel like we could probably do that, but you just never know. So I'll see you guys soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.